What's up, y'all? It's Ryan Martell here, Martell's Movie Madness, and this is 5 movies to watch on Halloween that aren't a part of the Halloween franchise. And, but kind of thinking about making this video for a while now, and seeing as how it's October and it's almost Halloween, I figured it would be very appropriate to go ahead and make it now. So, without further ado, here are 5 movies to watch on Halloween that aren't a part of the Halloween franchise.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator.
Alright, first up is Idle Hands from 1999. A lot of you probably have already seen Idle Hands. I know I'm probably not breaking news to anyone, but I still think this is an underrated movie that not a lot of people have seen. Or maybe you saw it back in 99 and you haven't watched it since. Either way, I think Halloween night is a good night to dust off Idle Hands. Give it a look. The whole thing takes place on Halloween. There's a killer. It may or may not be this guy's hand that's possessed or whatever. But anyways, you got fucking Devon Sawa. You got Seth Green, you got Jessica Alba, you got Vivica A. Fox. It's crazy. It's a fun time. Definitely think it's worth checking out. And it's sort of underrated. It's kind of one of those cult classic movies from the 90s because it got pulled out of theaters super quick due to rising concerns about movies depicting violence with high school students. Because of the Columbine shooting, and which was totally unfair because this movie has nothing to do with shooting, or it's not even all that violent, really. I mean, it has some violent kills in it, but like as far as it was just a scapegoat. It fell victim to the panic.
So what do you do, May?
I work at the animal hospital, and I sew.
Okay. Animal hospital.
Some people think it's kind of gross.
I love gross.
Really?
Discuss me, please.
Okay, next up is May, and May is just wonderful. It doesn't. The whole movie doesn't take place on Halloween, but it does lead up into Halloween, and this is kind of a thing where it's like, it makes so much sense for the third act to be on Halloween. Because otherwise it would be like out of place and people would be like calling the cops on her and everything. I don't want to spoil anything, but check it out. May is just a great, fun horror movie all around. I think Angela Bettis is amazing in it. And she really plays that awkward kind of weird girl perfectly here. So yeah, check out May.
No, let's go back. This is the way out. It's just around him. We're almost there.
Alright, next up is Trick from 2019. And when we're talking about movies that flew under the radar, I don't think any movie has flown further under the radar than Trick. This is kind of like a psychological thriller slasher with a little bit of supernatural added into it for the hell of it. But it's got Jamie Kennedy in it as a little, I think he has a little cameo. I can't remember if he's in it like a lot, but it's been a while since I watched it. But it's good. It's fun. It's got Omar Epps, Tom Atkins. I mean, we're kicking ass and taking names with cameos and like guest appearances here. Yeah, I think this one's a great one. Again, like this one's a super underrated one. I don't think a lot of people even know this movie exists. But it's out there and it's on Tubi and stuff, so you can go check that one out for sure.
Please help me! My boyfriend, he's been stuck!
a new town, going to a new school with new friends. Let's start having some fun, okay?
So why did you guys move here now anyway?
I guess my mom thought it would be better for me and my sister here.
Okay, number 4, and this one is like a little bit of a throwback and an underrated movie. It's 2006's The Pumpkin Carver. Carver with a K, not a C. And I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. I watched it last year as part of my 31 Days of Halloween. It's a lot of fun, man. All I can really say about it is that it's just a lot of fun, and it's a lot better than it has any right to be when you look at the cover art, when you see that it's a mid-2000s movie. It's just like everything about low-budget mid-2000s horror feels like it should be bad, but it's not. This movie is awesome. It's a lot of fun. Definitely go check it out.
Ain't you the good two shoes since I gave you them guns?
All right, and last but certainly not least, I'm talking about Hacko Lantern. This movie's a little bit more popular now because of Joe Bob. He showed it on the last drive-in, but I still think not enough people have seen it. I still want everybody and their cousin to see this movie. It's the perfect 80s sleazy Halloween horror movie. I mean, it's just so fucking fun. It's so outrageous and just it's so great. It's the camp is just incredible, and it's very fucking awesome. That's what it is. It's like one of those satanic panic horror movies that just kind of like kills in the best way. And yeah, so there's your 5 horror movies to watch on Halloween that aren't a part of the Halloween franchise. And you'll probably notice that like a lot of people around this time, they just think that any old horror movie works because it's Halloween. And those are people who really don't watch horror all year long. But for people like me and probably a lot of my watchers, there are movies that fit very tightly in this niche of horror movies that take place on Halloween. And, you know, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not a Halloween movie. Sorry. Jaws is not a Halloween movie. Sorry, not sorry. Lost Boys, not a Halloween movie. These movies all take place in the summer or look like they take place in the summer. I'm sure there's no difference in Santa Clara's summer and fall because it's California. But either way, I just hope everybody's having fun watching horror and enjoying themselves. And if you're looking for some spooky horror movies that also take place on Halloween, I just gave you 5. I'm going to post the top 10. I'm going to post the 10 list on my letterbox, which I'll link in the description for this. And I'm going to do 5 family-friendly horror movies for you in the next video, so be on the lookout for that. But thank you guys for watching. Now, as always, make sure you like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and let's watch some fucking movies.